What are your thoughts on NHL referee Tim Peel being dismissed after being caught on a hot mic saying he wanted to, quote, give a effing penalty, close quote, to the Nashville Predators during a game? What? OMG. An NHL referee just mouthed what's been happening for decades on the NHL ice, on the hardwood in basketball, on the diamonds of baseball, and on the gridiron of football. Hold on. Did this just happen? It can't be. Did a referee just say that he was looking to call a foul/penalty on someone on a team? I have to take a minute, Coca. Can we pause the show? All right. We're back in 4, 6, 9. So you want to talk to Samson, has a question about an NHL referee who claimed that he was going to call a penalty on a team even when a penalty wasn't warranted, and now he's fired. Horror. Have you ever heard of the concept of a makeup call? Anybody? A makeup call is when you miss a call on one side. Here's how it goes. It's quite simple, actually. Picture a basketball game. LeBron James is going down the lane. The defensive player's in position. LeBron James crashes into him. LeBron James gets the and one, even though it was a charge. Next trip down, the opposing team has the ball. Drive the lane. LeBron James is in perfect position, except he's moving his feet. Therefore, he's lost his perfect position, and they call a block. There are makeup calls that happen. I think I totally butchered that, Coca. I can't remember what I said. A makeup call is when you make a mistake on one side to benefit a team, and then you make a call against the team who got the benefit. It's called a makeup call. When you call a bad pass interference call in football, you make it up by calling a pass interference on the other team, so both teams end up being equal. It's called a makeup call. When you miss a strike as an umpire, and I've spoken to umpires about this consistently, when they know they've missed a call, believe me, they'll make up for it. They will find the appropriate time to make up for it. So they were always telling me in the umpire's room, don't worry, we missed it. It's a 3-game series. You'll get it back. With instant replay, it can be a little harder. But the reality is there's enough plays outside of instant replay in football and basketball and in baseball and in hockey that can make it so makeup calls are very common. So Tim Peel, a longstanding NHL referee, said that he wanted to stick Nashville with a penalty. And the question is why? If it's a makeup call, there's nothing to see here. If it's an I hate Nashville call, we have a problem. If it's a I bet against Nashville, we have the end of the world as we know it. REM is in the conversation, and that's why the NHL acted so quickly. They didn't bother investigating. They heard the hot mic. Side note, Coca. How many times do we have to tell people your mic is always on? There are courtside mics. There are ringside mics. There are field side mics. Sometimes you're even wearing a mic and they say that you'll have a chance to edit out if you say something not good. Don't believe them. I've got a mic in front of me right now. It's on. Whether Coca's recording the show or not, the mic is hot. HOTTT. How do people still not know that? How stupid can you be? Let's say from this day forward, we all operate under the assumption that your mic is always hot. Hey, have you ever had a cell phone that's not on the way mine's not on, and you have a conversation about taking a train ride to North Dakota, and then all of a sudden you go on and you see, wait a minute, there's an ad for a train to North Dakota. How in the heck am I seeing an ad for that? No one's ever seen that? Am I the only one? Even when your phone is off, it's listening to you. Your words matter, and they're hot. Tim Peel didn't know it. Tim Peel didn't think anyone was listening. But everyone was, so the NHL said, there's nothing to investigate. We don't want to know whether this was a makeup call, which is done all the time, because even if it were a makeup call, we tell our referees make makeup calls. That's fine. Just don't talk about it. Just don't admit it. Just do it. Or the NHL said it doesn't matter. Was it a makeup call? Or did he have a thing against the Nashville Predators? Boom. See you later. But then NHL made a statement, and what NHL was really crazed about was number 3. Door number 3, Monty Hall. Did he bet against Nashville? So NHL had to say, what matters most above all is the integrity of the game. Period. They went on to talk about another few things. They didn't need to. Being an umpire or referee means one thing. It means that your job, your one job, is to keep the illusion of fairness alive that leagues put out there for its customers to buy into. That's it. Make the games decided by the players on the field. Let the inequality of the team speak for themselves based on revenue or mismanagement. Do not add another factor to it by having individual bias. Why do you think Tim Donaghy is the poster boy for problems with NBA referees? Coca, do you know who Tim Donaghy is? You may not. For people new to Nothing Personal, thank you. Welcome to the show. Please download and follow Nothing Personal wherever you get your podcast. Tell your friends about it. Tim Donaghy was an NBA referee who was caught in a gambling ring betting on games, including games that he refereed. Ruh-roh, that's a big problem. If you've bet on a team that you are refereeing, in theory, you could control the outcome and the spread. Can you imagine if you're giving 5 and you're up 4, you call a foul, put a team on the line with 1 second left and have them shoot the free throws? Maybe you give the player half of what you're betting and make the player say, make 1 free throw, or worse yet, miss both free throws if you bet the dog. You get what I'm talking about? You got to talk and think about the integrity of the game, as gambling has become so prolific in sports. So the NHL had a nightmare happen yesterday. And you want to know what my thoughts are? My thoughts are the NHL didn't have a choice but to dismiss Tim Peel. They didn't even do due process. You don't need due process. They heard him say the word. We got to get a penalty on Nashville. See ya. But what's really happening in the NHL offices right now is they are examining every other referee. They are looking into any possibility of any connections with any gambling. They are trying to make sure that their ship is tight. I'm talking TIGH. Because the last thing the NHL needs is an integrity problem when they are fighting and clawing to become the 4th major professional sport in the U.S. and to keep that title.